Okay, so a bombshell just dropped. Emiru, the YouTuber, the Twitch streamer, the cosplayer, just a few hours ago went live and exposed the Twitch streamer Mizkif and accused them of some pretty serious stuff involving SA, mental and physical abuse, among other things. Now, when it comes to stuff like this, I want to be as respectful. It is a pretty serious situation. This whole month has been crazy for Twitch, and especially when it comes to Emiru. I mean, just everything that she's been going through as of late. The tweet says, Emiru accuses Mizkif of SA.
I was crying like crazy because the emotions were just very high because I was dealing with a lot of major shifts in my life as a result of me attempting to start to try to distance myself from him. So yeah, we were just talking and I was crying a lot. He started to try to comfort me by hugging me while I was sitting on the couch and holding me really close to him. And when this was happening, we hadn't talked in quite a while, and I'm usually very uncomfortable with being touched a lot by people that I'm not in a relationship with. But I let him hold me while I was crying. And he started kissing me in my face, and I let him do it. I was still sobbing a lot. And then, suddenly, he tried to climb on top of me and aggressively shoved his hand down my pants. And, I screamed. Yeah. And when I screamed, he jumped off me like a cat, like. And instead of apologizing or checking if I was okay, he said, "I feel weird now. I feel like I did something wrong. I have to go." And he immediately left my house while I was still crying without checking if I was okay or anything. And at the time, I was still making excuses for him, and I was still afraid of causing trouble for other streamers around us, or like, you know, making things weird for viewers. I know that probably sounds crazy, but like I just felt this pressure, like I had to try to keep things together, if that makes sense.
You know, Mizkif, I never liked him. Made my few videos on the guy. It's like that meme that says when that YouTuber you don't like finally has their downfall. First of all, you know, extremely brave of Emiru to come out and say this. And the difference here between a random assault allegation from a random person, allegation from a well-established popular streamer, it is quite different. I'm not saying this happens all the time, but when there's false allegations from a woman towards a celebrity, influencer, whatever it might be, they're looking to get money out of it. They're looking for exposure, they're looking for money, they're looking for fame, they're looking for clout. And the thing with Emiru here is that she doesn't need any of that. Like, what is there to gain from this? Because there's people that will be like, she's just doing this for clout. She's just doing this for attention, whatever it might be, right? Just think about it for like 2 seconds, dude. What does Emiru gain with this? If anything, this is a lose situation. That is why I am inclined to believe her more than I would normally. She has more to lose here by coming out and speaking about this than to win here. She doesn't have money to win. She's already rich. Clout, she has it. Followers, she has it. Money, she has it. It's like she has nothing to gain from this. Who cares if it starts drama? This is your life. You gotta set your priorities straight, and no one should be silenced when it comes to this kind of stuff. Now, it kind of does sound like he immediately regretted forcing his hand down her pants. I don't know, man. Like, just taking advantage of a girl that's crying and the girl that's trusting you with this information, and your first thought is, yeah, I might just shove my hand down your pants while you're crying. What? If this does turn out to be true, I can't imagine any situation where a friend of mine is crying. I'm just like, yeah, that's sad. What the fuck? It's like, bro does not live in reality if that is indeed what went down and what happened. It's fucking disgusting. I can't imagine doing that. I'm Mizkif and I'm horny while girls are crying. Yep, yeah, that's me.
He would throw bottles, like plastic bottles with liquid in it, not like glass bottles, at me, despite me telling him like I didn't like it and it scared me and I bruise very easily. He would throw his phone at me. I would tell him, you know, it scared me, I don't like it. And one time it even hit me in the eye, which caused me to get a black eye, but he always was like, oh, it's an accident, and I was like, oh yeah.
Once again, if this is true, this is assault, all right? This is abuse. This is a toxic relationship. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe they were dating at the time on the low key. In my opinion, at the first sign of someone laying their hands on you, that's when you should totally cut them off and be like, yep. That's it. This is as far as we go. That goes for both men and women. I can't imagine ever disagreeing with the girl that I'm dating and throwing a phone at her. No matter how you flip it, this sounds like an extremely abusive and toxic relationship. That is what I'm getting from the information we have now.
And then I check my Discord messages, and he's messaging me. He's saying, like, Emmy, I'm gonna kill myself. I'm gonna KMS. I waited so long for this, etc. Basically he was upset because I had higher viewership than him. That's literally it. I had higher viewership than him, and like I said, this is during an event, so there were drops. Like, everyone knows when there's drops, like, it's not even fucking real. But yeah, he starts messaging me. He's really upset. I tried to tell him, I was like, bro, you should come back and play. Everyone's having fun. Everyone's like wondering where you are. But yeah, he ended his stream. And then I'm still live, trying to act like nothing's wrong.
Threatening to kill yourself just because someone has more viewers than you is so fucking cringe, dude. How old is Mizkif? He's 30 years old, threatening to kill himself because someone got more views than him. I would expect this from a 12-year-old. I would expect this from a 14-year-old that just finished listening to Juice WRLD's All Girls Are the Same after he ended his 1-week relationship and he thinks it's the end of the world. But this coming from a 30-year-old man is really fucking pathetic. Like, if I'm ever in a situation where someone is threatening to kill themselves because I got more viewers than them, I'll text them, make sure you do a backflip while you're at it. Because these fucking people are always baiting their suicide because they want attention. All right, that's the truth. And on top of that, isn't that your girlfriend? Why would you be upset that your girlfriend or even friend, why would you be mad at them for doing well for themselves? When you're doing well for yourself too, you're a multimillionaire. At that point, who the fuck cares? Once again, this is a fucking 30-year-old man allegedly threatened to KYS because he has lower viewership than Emiru. At that point, I would have just texted him, okay, all right, do it. I don't care at that point. Dude, you're way too old for this shit.
And I also wanted to say that I would not be surprised if he tries to sue me for the stream that I did today and for coming out about him. Not because he thinks that he would win, but for PR reasons, like a slap lawsuit. It'd be interesting if that happened, and I wouldn't be opposed to people finding out more of the truth and things that I didn't even talk about today, and what else he's been lying about. And I'm sure there's also plenty of things that even I don't know about. Yeah, there's more things that I didn't even talk about today, but I'm hoping that now that I have this out, this is the last time I ever have to talk about it. And I can be like, okay, I got it out there. I'm not withholding this anymore. It's out there.
I mean, at that point, if Mizkif sues, instead of speaking out, showing receipts, or replying, or being like, no, she's lying, or yeah, she's telling the truth, I am a piece of shit. Like, at that point, if you hit Emiru with a lawsuit, it would be a pretty bad look. I think the right move here will be to respond and either own up to your mistakes or be like, no, she is lying and here's the truth. Even Asmongold jumped on this.
It always was bad vibes. I mean, in a way, like, there's a part of me that feels kind of responsible in a way, because like I wish I had just known more. If I was able to just know more and be more assertive and everything. But at the end of the day, I mean, I can't really fucking know everything, and I don't think anybody thought it was as bad as it was. And I apologize for platforming Miz to the extent that I did. It was a mistake. I didn't know it at the time, but it was a mistake.
Yeah, I mean, I normally joke a lot and I try to keep it lighthearted, but I mean, I don't really feel comfortable with coming on here and making jokes when it comes to a serious situation like this. I mean, there's a time and place to fuck around, be silly, act a little silly, right? I think it's incredibly brave to come out and speak out against someone with power like Mizkif. Alright guys, it's Sense from the future here. As I was editing this video, Mizkif went live and he shared his response. I saw the full 38 minute response. I thought it was a very interesting replied he did confirm that Emiru and him were dating for approximately 3 years. I think my biggest takeaway from his live stream and his low-key kind of bad response, I don't think it was the right idea to immediately hop on stream and talk about the situation.
Emiru has a lot of rabbits. It was her calling when she first moved in. These were a big part of her life. But as those rabbits moved out of her room and into the living room, they started to see disgusting neglect. No food, no water, sometimes not having clean bedding for weeks. I, along with many others who would come over, would give them what they needed, and I would tell her all the time to take care of them, but to no avail. She completely neglected those rabbits, so much that many of them just died over 1 year of being around in my house. My cleaning ladies would clean them just because they felt terrible, and my brother once came over and said, and I quote, "If you ever marry this woman, I'll never forgive you."
Now, if this is indeed the truth, and the rabbits were, according to Mizkif, they were abused because they were just forgotten, right? No one cared about them, no one took care of them. Emiru completely left them to literally die, according to Mizkif. If that's the truth, I think that's horrible. I think that is disgusting. But at the same time, it's like, so you knew this quote-unquote abuse was going on, but you refused to do anything about it? Like, you didn't report this to the authorities? I mean, this is just blackmail at this point. I'm gonna hold this information over you until I can use it against you to destroy you or to take you down, or when you exposed me. Dude, I don't care if I'm in good terms with someone. If I'm seeing that they're shocking their dog or killing their rabbits because she forgot about them and she's not taking care of them, allegedly, this is such a bad response. Like, oh yeah, I might be a sexual assaulter, but at least I didn't kill rabbits. No, he also did address the black eye situation, the phone allegation.
She brushed over that I threw water bottles or my phone near her, but that wasn't during fights. I want to make that very clear. It would be me throwing my phone on my bed when I brushed my teeth. She did tell me she got a bruise from it, and I stopped. That's all that happened. I will throw you and show you an example, chat. Right here, look at me. I would throw my phone on the bed. I would just lob it over because I was going to bed. So I would just throw the phone.
You know what? Sometimes I also throw my phone to the bed, right? And it does bounce. I mean, I've never hit anyone with it enough to cause him a black eye. But I mean, the precision for the phone to bounce off the bed and hit her in the eye is crazy, dude. Mizkif when he sees a girl crying. What is this? Oh my god.
We went to get food at BJ's, a common place where we would get food, and then we went back to her house. We cuddled for about 30 minutes and started to kiss. She said that she was okay with this on her stream, and I started to advance to the next stage because I thought that's what she wanted. She yelped, and I immediately sprung up and was scared if I did anything wrong, or did wrong in general. I got scared and left the house. I apologize if that made Emmy uncomfortable for me not saying sorry, and I wish I said sorry back then.
I mean, so it is true. I guess it is confirmed, the essay part, the part where he forcefully put his hands down her pants. I guess he does confirm that. I don't know why you thought it was a good idea to be like, yeah, guys, I might have essayed her, but she kills bunnies. Okay, I mean, that would have been useful like 2 years ago, so the bunnies could have been saved. Like, I know this video and this whole situation is going to be extremely controversial. Like, there's going to be people divided, people fighting. Bro sexually assaulted her and is trying to act like what he did was okay by saying he thought she wanted it while she was crying. You have comments like this, and you also have comments like this. Nobody's actually explaining how the interaction was. SA, she allowed the kiss, he makes the move, he backs off once realized she wasn't okay with it. I mean, you're forgetting here that she was crying. She probably allowed a kiss because they were dating, right? But then going from that to what happened afterwards, it's like, it's a massive jump, especially in that context. Now, like I said, it's hard. This is a he said, she said situation. I guess you could be like, well, who's the least shitty of the two? And I think in this situation, it is Emiru. I mean, this doesn't make you look any better, Mizkif. Like, it's not like I'm like, oh yeah, Mizkif is a goat. Yeah, let's forget about that. He did nothing wrong. It's like, no. Let's not go that far. Anyways, I'm sure we're gonna get a lot more updates regarding this situation, and I'll be sure to cover them. Like the video, subscribe, and I'm out. I need to go and touch some grass because ain't no way.